Welcome to the podcast, Sold by Marco, giving you the current information you've got to know as a buyer, seller, or investor here in Denver. Please subscribe to the show wherever you're listening to this or watching so that you get notified as soon as new episodes come out. All right. This episode is going to have some very practical advice about how to approach making an offer on a home depending on the listing date that the home went live on the market. So here we go. When you are shopping for a home, there's typically two scenarios you will really need to be aware of. So the first one, number one, first weekend on the market. When a home is new to the market, so if it's like the very first weekend, anything can happen, really. It might go under contract the very first day. It might go under contract on the first Monday after the weekend, like it might get multiple offers. So if you love that home, realistically, you might be competing with other people. Now, the days where it was common to have like 10 or 20 offers on a lot of homes, those are pretty much behind us. It's just not as crazy as it used to be. However, the truth is there's still way more buyers than sellers out there. So if a home is in a great location, if it's priced competitively, if it's staged, if it's in great showing condition, right, it's still very possible the sellers will get multiple offers on the first weekend. But even in this case, it does not necessarily mean you're out of luck with no chance to get the home, because multiple offers could mean anything. I mean, yes, someone could go crazy and offer way more than you want to pay and you're out of the game. But if a seller has multiple offers, your buyer's agent should be asking them about those offers, because you might get information like one of those offers is contingent on another home sale. That's not really a great offer. One of those offers might have a really small down payment with a really long closing date, like 40 days, with like long dates and deadlines through the contract. It's messy. That's not a great offer. My point is there are lots of factors other than just price that make up a good offer that the seller is looking for. So basically, you got to make sure you and your realtor are working very closely together to try to find out as much information as you can. Your realtor should be gathering this info about not just the house, but the situation. They should be talking with the listing agent, asking questions in an intelligent way to try to get intel for you. Because if there's other offers out there, sometimes the agent won't share information about those offers, but sometimes if your agent asks the right questions, they will share info, and that can be really helpful. Any details you can get about the other offers will help you. That way, you as a buyer have all the available information, and then you can make a decision on if you want to make an offer, when you make that offer, and how competitive do you want your price and your terms to be. All right, so that's number one, the first scenario that you might encounter. Now, here is number two, not first weekend on the market. So this means like if a home is still active, okay, if it's not had a contract accepted and it's at least that Wednesday after the first weekend, that's the situation I'm talking about here. So, okay, sometimes like a seller will want to have showings through the weekend and they want to review offers on Monday. They might accept a contract on Tuesday, and then late in the day on Tuesday or on early Wednesday, they actually get around to marking it as pending in the MLS. So like in that situation, it kind of might look like the home has been on the market for 5 or 6 days, but they might have had lots and lots of offers through the weekend. And it's hard to say. But in this situation, let's just say you see a home and it's a Wednesday or Thursday after the first weekend. You tell your agent, hey, I really like this home. Can you find out if it's available? Your agent should be finding out right away if there's any offers on the table, because if there's not, the game has changed. Right there, you're not competing with other buyers. And that is a big deal, really big deal, because the more time goes by, okay, the longer that home sits on the market without offers, the more leverage you as a buyer have to negotiate for that home. So for example, you might be able to get the home at the list price or below the list price. You also might be able to negotiate for the seller to give you a seller concession of some dollar amount, which would basically be cash at the closing table that you can use to cover some of your closing costs, or you can use it to buy down part of your interest rate, which will make your monthly payment more affordable. So things like that. Basically, if the home did not go under contract through the first weekend, the home might have just been overpriced to start. Maybe the home just wasn't in very good showing condition, right? It didn't look very nice. Maybe it was on a busy street. Maybe it was listed on a holiday weekend and there weren't a lot of showings. Every situation is different and every home is unique. So really, it just all depends. So to wrap it all up here, you as a buyer should be working very closely with your realtor so that they can help you evaluate the situation when you find the right home. That way, you know what to expect and what you are up against. And there's a lot of nuances to this. So for example, sometimes a home might look like it's been on the market for a week, but might have been in a coming soon status for that entire week. And really, like, this weekend is the first weekend on the market. Little things like that are important for you to recognize. Little bonus tip. There is a third scenario you might encounter when a home is back on the market. So that does not necessarily mean there's something wrong with the home. I've bought both my homes back on market, really. So I love when homes are back on market. I have another episode coming out that's going to be all about that topic. So you can check that out if you are interested to learn more about back on market homes. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for checking out the show. If you want more real estate professional tips, please follow me on Instagram at soldbymarco. This podcast is produced by Super Team Media. Signing off, I'm your host, Marco Randazzo with 8Z Real Estate. And thank you so much for checking out this podcast, Sold by Marco.